Hi everyone, welcome back. This video is going to be not the best lighting, I apologize, but today's video is special in its own way. As you can see, I have quite a few things behind me. Today is the 23rd of September. It is Jim Henson's birthday, and I thought I would basically just go through and talk about my Jim Henson collection. I was a huge Jim Henson kid growing up. I had The Muppet Show on VHS. The Muppet movie was possibly one of the first movies I ever saw as like a toddler. Which we'll get into some stuff related to that later on. But to say that Jim Henson's work shaped who I am as a person and the way that I look at the world, to say that is an understatement. That is why I still cherish his work as a 30, almost 31-year-old woman. I truly appreciate his vision, his drive, his creativity, his passion in his work. Obviously, the work itself, obviously. But I have three main Jim Henson IPs that I collect for. The first thing the first thing I will get into is the Muppet movie, the original. Then Labyrinth, Fraggle Rock, and Dark Crystal. Those are my main obsessions, we'll say. Previously on this channel, I did show off my Dark Crystal collection. I'm not going to be able to show every single thing from my Dark Crystal collection in this video, just like the mainstays of it. So if you'd like to go back and give that video a watch just to see everything, like posters that I don't have hung up right now. I think that's mainly it. Yeah, I'm just missing a few posters right now. I'm redoing my beauty room over the next few months, so a lot of my posters have been put away. I do have my Blacklight Dark Crystal poster still hanging up because it's my favorite poster. But yeah, like I said, the main Henson projects that are near and dear to my heart are the Muppet movie, obviously the Muppet Show, but I do not have those VHSs on my person currently. They're at my grandmother's house. But the Muppet Show, the Muppet movie, Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, and Fraggle Rock. Those are really the main ones that, the Muppet Show was what I watched instead of watching Sesame Street. Obviously, as a child, I did watch Sesame Street, but I was much more of a Muppet Show kid, even early on. As I said, the Muppet movie was the first movie I ever watched as essentially a toddler, earliest memory type stuff. Definitely the Muppet movie. So I guess we'll start with the stuff from the Muppet movie in my collection. I have, oh gosh, this is very fragile, so I keep it in like a box to protect it. I have the original, I could see if I could find a year on it, 1979. But I have the original soundtrack recording of the Muppet movie on vinyl. This is the original vinyl in the original folder for it. It's got Gonzo on the back, all the songs. I'm trying to be very careful with it because, like I said, it's fragile because it's from 1979. Um, it's got Kermit and Piggy on the front in a boat. This is very important to me, as this is the vinyl record that belonged to my great grandmother, who is the one that would watch this movie with me when I was a toddler. For the very early years of my life, I did live with her. So obviously, this is very important to my childhood. And I'm going to carefully put that back in the box. I also, if I can get this out, this absolutely cracks me up. But this is the cassette tape for the Muppet movie soundtrack. It's got two sides. But this is the cassette tape that I used to dance around in my diaper in the living room to. Specifically, Movin' Right Along was the song that made me dance the most, according to my family. But this is the original cassette tape. I'm not sure what year the tape is from. But yeah, like I said, there's two sides. Each side has the soundtrack. But this is literally the cassette tape from my great grandmother's house. This was sent to me by my great aunt. So thank you. I cherish it very deeply. But yeah, they used to put this cassette in the tape player, and I would just run around and jam. So the fact that I get to own these things, it's very special to me. I gotta be gentle with this too. This also has a protective box because I'm not an idiot. It is a cassette tape from God knows when. Like I said, I know the vinyl is the original one from 1979, but I don't know how old the cassette tape is. So either way, it's protected, and I keep them together. Okay. So those are my two pieces of Muppet movie memorabilia. Like I said, I cherish them very deeply because they are directly from my childhood. It's not something that I found on eBay. No offense. I have stuff from eBay, obviously. But yeah, no, those are the original things from when I was essentially, I think I was like 2 or 3, So those are very special to me, and a huge pride piece in my collection. Very proud of those. I would like to display them at some point, maybe frame them, but they're just so fragile. I need to be very careful, and I need to have a good plan for displaying them, just so they don't get damaged in any way. Let's move on to Labyrinth, because I have the least amount of things for Labyrinth. As much as I adore that movie, there's not a lot of memorabilia that I'm dying to get my hands on, just because as far as even though Labyrinth is important to me, it's kind of lower on the list than the other IPs. The Dark Crystal sits at number 1, Fraggle Rock sits at number 2, the Muppet Movie sits at number 3, and then Labyrinth is at number 4. It's at the bottom. Like I said, still important to me, but from a collector point of view, there's not a lot of things that I'm dying for, per se. But, the first thing, both things are Pop Funkos. I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge fan of Pop Funkos, but anytime something is released, anytime a Jim Henson thing is given the opportunity to be merchandise, I am grateful for those opportunities, so that movies like Labyrinth and stuff, I never want those types of things to be forgotten. So, as much as I think Pop Funkos are ugly, when they came out with the Labyrinth collection, I was still really excited. And both Pop Funkos I have from Labyrinth were gifts that I am very grateful for. But the first thing is a Hot Topic exclusive of Jareth. There's two different Jareths for the Labyrinth Pop Funkos. There's him in his brown jacket outfit, and then there's him in his like owl garb, which is the one that I have. Whoops. Yeah, him basically in his owl outfit. Very cute. I've never taken him out of the box because I don't really see a point. But he's very cute. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and his figure, it's hard to see, but he is holding one of the crystal balls from the story. But yeah, between the two, between Jareth and his regular outfit and this one, I do prefer this one, so I'm grateful that I got this one as a gift. But yeah, so that's Jareth. Next is one of those big Funkos. It's our boy Ludo, who I think does not look good as a Pop Funko, but he's so ugly in such a wonderful way. I love him. Sorry, you can see my phone in the reflection of the plastic. But yeah, this is Ludo. Like I said, he's very ugly as a Pop Funko, but I still absolutely adore him. Recently on TikTok, I saw that there are original dolls of Ludo from when the movie came out that someone actually went through the process of restoring and then selling. It would be really cool to get my hands on one of those, but I do believe the person only did restoration on a few dolls, and I'm pretty sure they're gone. But even just seeing that, like someone taking the time to find the dolls and then restore them to sell that, like, it's a passion project. You know, there are a lot of people who are so loving of Jim Henson's legacy. You know, it's whether it's something as simple as a Pop Funko or an original doll being cared for, it's just really nice to see, you know. But yeah, so as far as Labyrinth, I have Jareth and Ludo. I don't have the rest of the collection. There's also Sarah and Hoggle, and then, like I said, Jareth in his regular outfit. But obviously, if I had to choose, because like I said, both of these were gifts, but if I were to buy one, I probably would have just gotten Ludo anyway, because Ludo's my boy. So, I guess we'll just move on to the Dark Crystal. That's kind of what I have the most of, since it is my favorite Jim Henson production, product, IP, whatever word you want to use. The Dark Crystal has the biggest influence on who I am as a person besides Fraggle Rock. You know, especially as an adult, I find a lot of personal peace with that movie. I find a lot of personal creativity. The movie just influenced me so deeply from such a young age. I'll never be able to properly explain it, I think. But it's just, it is my favorite movie. It's my favorite Jim Henson project, but it is also my favorite movie of all time as well. Can't explain it. It's just part of who I am. But for Dark Crystal, I'll just start with a unboxed Pop Funko of Kira. Originally, I was going to keep her and Fizzgig in the box, but unfortunately, in the process of moving, her box got destroyed, so I had to take her out because I didn't want the actual Pop Funko to be destroyed, and why would I keep her in a box that's all messed up? It's not like you can display the box. So she is out of the box, which I don't like to do, but she is so cute. Look at her little ears. Cute detail on the outfit. Fizzgig looks amazing as a Pop Funko. He's just a screaming void. We love him. But yeah, so that is my little pop Funko of Kira and Fizzgig. All right. Next is a one of my reaction figures. I have 3 total. Unfortunately, it is a case of the box got destroyed, so I had to take the figure out of the box. But it is Agra, the reaction figure of Agra with every time I forget what the triangle that she has is called, but you know what? That's okay. I can remember a lot of things, but that's not one of them. But she's just this super cute figure, really nicely done for something so small. Look at her beautiful face. She's so beautiful. So that's my reaction figure of Agra. If I could have kept her in the box, I would have, but her box got wrecked, so here she is. But I keep her on a shelf, so she's at least safe most of the time. Most of the time. I do have cats, but they don't tend to mess with my figures, which I'm very lucky for, because not everybody can say that. Next, I have another reaction figure. This one, thankfully, is still in the box. It's Ursal the Mystic. Unfortunately, there is still a price tag on there. I did get him somewhere for $15, even though he's worth way more than that. But that's the luck of the game, you know. You find something when you find something. But yeah, there are let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 reaction figures in the collection. I have 3. But yeah, this is Ursal the Mystic. Sorry to get the reflections in the plastic, but that's just how it be. This is what he looks like on the side of the box. And again, these are reaction figures. I don't know if they still make those. I think they do. This is the full collection on the back. I have Agra, I have Ursal, and I have this one, which I'm going to show you next. I would love to have the Gartham. Would love to have the Gartham. But this guy, even though he's just a toy, is like hundreds of dollars on eBay. It's ridiculous. So maybe someday I'll find him somewhere, but I really want the Gartham so bad. But I am grateful for what I have. That's just, it's part of being a collector, you know. You find what you find and you don't what you don't. But yeah, so this is Ursal the Mystic. And then this reaction set is Jen and the Landstrider. This was a 2016 Comic-Con exclusive. I got him at a random convention at a casino for $20. Honestly, so cool, so special. He was just chilling at a vendor booth and I saw him, and especially for $20, I needed him. Again, he was sold in 2016. I think 2016 is when I bought him. Like I said, though, I found him at a different random convention. It wasn't even really themed. It was just like a mini Comic-Con, but like really small. It was just in a casino here in Connecticut. And I was able to score this one. Still in the box, thank goodness. It is a beautiful box, but yeah, I got Jen and the Landstrider. Really, really happy. The Landstriders are probably, aside from the Gartham, the Landstriders may be my favorite creature in the movie. As far as like backstory, production history, like how it was made type thing, I think the Landstrider is just the coolest thing. The backstory to this creature is that when they were filming on the soundstage in London, there was some downtime and some of the performers were goofing around on stilts, and Jim Henson saw them on stilts, and he just like, something just like clicked, and he was like, I have an idea. And everybody was like, oh boy. But that's how the Landstriders came to be. They're literally people inside of suits on stilts, but they just make this beautiful, interesting animal in the world of Thra, which is the land in Dark Crystal. It's called Thra. I don't know why that's so awkward for me to say. I think just because it's not a normal word. But yeah, so this one's a huge get for me. Another piece that I'm really proud of, to be honest. I'm just happy to have it, specifically because this particular creature is one of my favorites. Next is the newest thing. This is actually a gift from my mother. She found it, weirdly enough, on Amazon. It's the novelization of the Dark Crystal. Literally, it's the story of the movie with like illustrations and stuff. Literally so cool. I've never seen it. Like, I've seen it like the novelized version. I've seen comic book versions, but nothing that looks like this. It's just a black bound book with literally the crystal embedded on the front of it. Like, how neat is that? Not only is it a novelization of the movie, but it's got a little crystal on the front. And like I said, my mother just like found this on Amazon one day. She got it for me for Christmas, and I was like, what is that? I just think this is so like cool. You know, it's simple. It's just a book, but it's so beautiful. I love it as a shelf piece. I display it front facing, obviously, because of the crystal. But it's just such a beautiful little book. I haven't read the whole way through it, but I will, obviously. I just adore the fact that it exists and that my mother was kind enough to think of me and get it. So that makes this special. Moving on to more Dark Crystal stuff. Don't worry. We're not at Fraggle Rock yet. We're getting there. So, oh gosh. I don't want to knock him over because he's cute sitting on the stack, but I got to get some stuff out of the stack. Stay, Boober. All right, so I have the collector's edition of the Dark Crystal. I forgot what year this came out, but it is the collector's edition. Let's see. 2003. So this is a regular DVD. This isn't anything crazy like 4K or Blu-ray or anything. This is from 2003. It has a little foreword by Cheryl Henson, like a little letter. It has a film cell from the movie. This is the scene where Jen is standing on a hillside. I don't know if you guys can see that. I would pause it and zoom in if you can. But it's Jen standing on a hillside when he's traveling to find Aughra. And then there is what I think is the coolest part. It's a replica of Jim Henson's notebook that has a bunch of show notes and sketches and just such a special little thing. It's like a fake legal pad with all his like scribbles of ideas on it. I think that that is such a beautiful thing to include. And, you know, I've never seen Jim Henson's handwriting before, so, like, looking at this sometimes, this is going to sound so corny, but when I get sad, I look at it, because it's just, like, you know, he's such an inspiration to me that it's just so cool to see his notes, even if it's, like, not real. It's still just, like, you know, a piece of history type thing. But yeah, that's the collector's edition of the Dark Crystal from 2003. Next, this is a little bit more recent. This was 2007. So this is another just regular DVD, but it is a box set with a cool holographic cover. But this is the 25th anniversary edition of the Dark Crystal. It's really beautiful. I just absolutely love the cover of it. It's stunning. And again, this is from 2007, so it's not a Blu-ray or a 4K. It's just a regular DVD, but it is like a restoration version, so it looks really good. But yeah. All right, next we are going to go through the VHSs that I have collected over time. My cat's outside the door screaming. That's good. All right, so first, this was obviously from Blockbuster or something because it has the sci-fi sticker on the front and the children's sticker on the side. And it's an old VHS sleeve of it that someone cut and put into a clamshell. So this isn't like the original box for it. This is the Blockbuster video rent this box that it got put in. But it does have the VHS in it. If I can get it open. Oh my god. Ugh. I said this in my last video too. This one smells like a basement. I don't know what this one has been through. I don't know if the VHS will work because it's so beat up. Oh god. Yeah, it's, as you can see, it's just an older copy of the movie. Still cool to have though, because oh, it's from Thorn Emmy Video, whatever that is. Don't know, to be honest. And it's from the shop Mr. Video. So wherever they're in America, there used to be a Mr. Video. That's where I got this from. I think I found this on eBay. I don't remember. I've just always had it. It's just one of those things where I've had it for so long, I don't know where it came from. Oh well. But yeah, that's this one. And next is such a fun find. I told the story in my Dark Crystal video, but I'll tell it again. One of my dear friends was at an antique shop. And I don't know what I was doing. I was at home or something, but she texted me and she sent me a picture of this and she goes, "Hey, isn't this that movie you like?" Literally, this was sitting in a box full of VHSs. It was sitting on top, just haphazardly, in a box of VHSs that were all beat up and stuff. This was sitting on top, and she sent me a picture. She's like, "Hey, you like this, right?" And I freaked out. I was like, first of all, I've never seen this art for the movie, aside from this VHS. I've never seen this particular art for it. And second of all, the Jim Henson green clamshell, complete with the Jim Henson sticker still on it. Like, what? That shit should have fell off a long time ago, but it's right there. Jim Henson Video. Oh my god. And I don't remember what I had in the green clamshell when I was a kid, but I specifically remember having something Muppets related in a green clamshell. I don't know if it was Muppets Take Manhattan or whatever, but I remember the green clamshell with the Jim Henson sticker. So the fact that I have this is so special. And like I said, the backstory's hilarious because my friend just like randomly found it one day and she like got it for me and was like, "You like this, right?" So cool. Let's see if there is a year on this. 1994. So when this VHS came out, I was 1 year old. That's crazy. This is from 1994 and it's in such good condition. So cool. I love this. This is awesome. It makes me laugh every time. Like, my smile's so big when I see this. Love that. Oh no, Boober! Come back. Oh, buddy. There we go. Alright, so the last two Dark Crystal things are books. The first being Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, an artist tribute. This is a very awesome coffee table book filled with literally just Dark Crystal art. Art from the comics, art from the movie. It is just filled with artist renditions, and each page is a different artist. I've never read the comic series before, which is kind of a downer because I'd like to. So we'll see. But yeah, every page is a different artist, varying levels of design and creativity. You know, some are very cartoony, some are hyper realistic. Just, it is a beautiful, beautiful coffee table book that I love so much. I believe I got it either on Amazon or on like the website for this. I may have even gotten it at the store, actually, now that I think of it. But it has all the artists on the back. It's just so beautiful to look at, to just like sit here and go through it. It's incredible. I highly recommend. Like I said, it's a great coffee table book, great conversation piece. And it's literally just art prints. Beautiful, beautiful art prints. Set that right here. Hold this for me, Ludo. All right. If you are a Dark Crystal fan, I believe I said this in my last video, in my Dark Crystal Collection video. I'm gonna say it again. If you are a Dark Crystal fan, or even just a Jim Henson fan, this book is a must. This is The Dark Crystal, The Ultimate Visual History. This book is incredible. I'm talking sketches, notes, behind the scenes pictures, stories, you know, how everything came to be. I can't even describe to you. Like, here's a picture, here's a behind the scenes picture of them filming the Skeksis castle. And you can see that it's just a very large model. Like, this goes through every detail of production, never before seen pictures, puppet prototypes. This is the book, and it's got sketches from Brian Froud and Jim Henson, filming schedules, you know, just, it will make you emotional when you read it. I guarantee. I know for a fact the first time I read through this, I cried. I was just so overcome by the amount of information and just how whoever put together this book, Insight Editions, which is the website where you can get this book. It's called Insight Editions. But this book is so truly made with love, you can tell. It's just, it says the ultimate visual history. They're not kidding. Like, so many details, so many things that I guarantee you didn't know. There's stuff in here that I didn't know. This is a must-have. I highly recommend. I know it's a little pricey if it's still in print, but it is absolutely worth it. without a doubt. This is one of my favorite books to own in general. Even if I wasn't so into the Dark Crystal, this is just a fascinating book because it's a behind the scenes of a movie, like from conception to finish. It's just so truly interesting and beautiful. Really recommend it. All right, so that pretty much rounds up the Dark Crystal stuff. So let's get on to the final couple things, all of which are Fraggle Rock. I'll start with the less interesting and go to the most interesting, who's been sitting here behind me the whole time. So my boyfriend, bless him, he got me the Blu-ray set of the original Fraggle Rock series. This is the 35th Anniversary Collector's Edition. It's the complete original series. What's amazing about this is because it's the 35th edition, there are some behind the scenes stuff. It comes with some goodies. Here's Uncle Traveling Matt. This came out in 2018. So this is from 2018. So it's been out for a little while. I'm sure it's still in print because it's Blu-rays. But each page is something different. Each sleeve, or each disc sleeve is pages of different like behind the scenes photos and stuff. This is a very cool, very cute little disc collection. I absolutely adore it. Uncle Traveling Matt's trying to escape. Don't worry about it. I want to go to outer space. And of course, looking at this picture might make me cry because it's Jim Henson's birthday and we all miss him and the world was a better place for having him in it. So on and so forth. Yeah. So this is totally awesome. Like I said, it came out in 2018. It's the full original show plus the short-lived cartoon, the 80s cartoon of Fraggle Rock. Like I said, kind of short-lived, but they included it in one of the discs in here, which I thought was so cute because I've never seen the cartoon before. It's not the same voice actors, unfortunately, but it's still really cute. It's worth a watch. But that is my Fraggle Rock disc collection. So I went off about the ultimate visual history for the Dark Crystal. Well, Insight Editions also has the ultimate visual history of Fraggle Rock. Once again, if you are a fan, this is a must-have. Conception sketches, stories, just everything. And it has a foreword by Neil Patrick Harris, which is cute. Like I said, original sketches and all kinds of fun stuff in here. Stories, prototypes, behind the scenes filming. Just absolutely amazing. Yeah, so highly recommend this as well. These Insight Edition books are to die for. Like I said, the Dark Crystal one's impressive, but so is this one. I just feel like not as many people really resonate with Fraggle Rock, especially because there is a new series, which, by the way, is really, really good and very cute. Obviously, it is meant for children, but let's be real, Fraggle Rock is for everyone. The history of Fraggle Rock is extremely interesting. Jim Henson wanted to make a program that could be distributed worldwide, and his goal was to end war Fraggle Rock was literally created because Jim Henson wanted to teach children peace. I can't think of anything more beautiful than that, to be honest. So, that's the ultimate visual history of Fraggle Rock. And finally, the star of the show. So, my favorite Fraggle is Boober. My second favorite is Wembley. Boober and Wembley are my favorite Fraggles. They are my favorite characters. They crack me up every time. You know, Boober being so pessimistic and anxious, and Wembley being a wreck. Like, as someone who grew up being very anxious and fearful, and having those characters really connected with me. You know, yes, they made me laugh, but I also understood anxiety and fear as a kid, just for various reasons. But, you know, Boober was my favorite. Like I said, second favorite was Wembley. All the characters are adorable and fantastic, but this is my original, let's see what year. It's from the Tomy Toy Company. This is an original, let's see what year. Is there a year on him? Oh my goodness. I could be wrong, but I believe this is from the early 80s. This Boober I got on eBay for a ridiculously cheap price, considering he is an original 80s doll. His hair needs to be fixed really bad. But considering this doll is older than I am, I will accept his condition the way it is. He's got a couple stains on his legs. He's not perfect, but he's perfect to me. This is, this is my original 80s Boober doll. I love him. He is so precious. He still has his hat, even though it's barely hanging on. It's literally hanging on by a thread. I'll have to figure out how to fix that. But like I said, considering the price I got this doll at, his condition is amazing. Again, he's by the Tomy Toy Company, Tomy. I'll have to look up later what year he's from. Oh, he's blocking the light. Boober's taking the limelight. But yeah, this is my little Boober. He's just so cute with his little tail. I say little, but it's like the size of my arm. Yeah, this is like, if the house was on fire and I could only grab a couple things, Boober's one of the things I would grab. I love this doll. He makes me so happy. You know, like I said, he's my favorite Fraggle. And just the fact that this toy has been around longer than I have, is pretty special. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so silly. I forgot something from my Dark Crystal collection. He's literally right here. Oh my god. So, sorry. This is from Think Geek. This is Lord Chamberlain. This is a figure. He's very expensive and hard to find, but I got him on Facebook Marketplace by some strange miracle. Comes with the Trial by Stone sword, and then he's on the stone. I showed him off in better detail in my Dark Crystal video, which I will link below. Obviously, I went through some stuff again, but like I said, today is Jim Henson's birthday, so I'm gonna talk about it. But yeah, this is Lord Chamberlain, the Skeksis. That's my guy. It's like holding an Oscar. So stupid. Okay, now that Lord Chamberlain has had his moment, that is my Jim Henson Collection so far. Because believe me when I say I'll stop collecting when I die. Um, obviously, a lot of these items are deeply personal to me. You know, even though they are just things, it's more about what Henson's legacy means to Henson kids like me and the impression that he left behind after his passing in 1992. Um, he passed away the year before I was born, which sucks, but that's okay. I may not have been alive at the same time as him, but his legacy has left a huge impact on who I am as a person, how I see the world, how I plan on teaching my children to see the world. You know, all I can say is what a lot of people are saying today on his birthday, and that is thank you, Jim. Thank you for everything.